Good morning, Dr. Gary here. On the road, we are nationwide dental practice brokers. Today's topic is going to be a poor lease could kill the sale of your practice. So, we're going to get into that today. Anyway, we've been doing this for 12 years as dental brokers nationwide. I was a dentist for 25 years. We presently have 10 employees, and we're involved in selling practice in 26 states now. We're growing all the time. We have 2 CPA accountants, 1 marketing director, an operation director, and 5 development acquisition people. So we constantly are growing and here to help you in any way we can. Everything you're about to hear is for entertainment purposes. It is not legal or business advice. We're available to you 363 days a year, and we take off Christmas and Easter. The phone is answered essentially every day from 7:30 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Our phone number is 201-663-0935. Our email is dentalpracticeguide.com. Now, if you are thinking about selling to a DSO, please call us because they'll pay our commission, and based on certain criteria, we can sometimes get your legal fees reimbursed upon successful closing. So call us for details. We work with the different DSOs all the time. We are not employed by them. We simply pick and choose who we think the best one for you is. We'll get the same commission no matter who we work with. We want to choose the best one for you so there's a seamless transition, and post-closing you don't run into problems. We work with them closely and we know what they're all about. So anyway, let's get into this. You know, I've been doing this for 12 years. I can't tell you how many dentists are on a month-to-month lease. It's crazy. I mean, you're flirting with danger. And they all say the same thing. No problem. I'm very close with the landlord. Landlord will take care of me. Yeah, that sounds great. But you have no legal right. If you're on a month-to-month, you could be out in 30 days. I don't care how great your connection is with the landlord. 30 days, you're out. It's a commercial lease. I can't believe these guys. It's just beyond comprehension that they are that they will stay on a month-to-month lease because they don't want to be locked into anything. It all comes down to a new buyer. How are you going to transfer a lease to him? Right? You can't. There's no lease to transfer. He has to start from scratch, negotiate a new lease, needs a minimum 10-year lease, and you have nothing to give him because you don't have a lease. Or if you only have 2 years left on the lease, you don't want to up it, well, then speak to the landlord. A buyer needs 10-year lease. You could do a series of options. You could do a year, a 2-year. Every 2 years, you get an option to renew your lease. You'll get a 10-year lease with your option to renew it after 2 years or after 1 year. But do something that you could transfer to the buyer. I'm in a situation now, the landlord's crazy, and the landlord's saying, I'm not going to transfer the lease. Even though it's in the lease, she has to transfer it. I'm not even going to transfer it. So yes, you could take it to court and get it taken care of, but who wants to go through that? And how long you think your buyer is going to hang around? All right? The banks will not finance without a minimum 10-year lease. It's as simple as that. It's 10 years you need, and or else the buyer is not going to have a lease that he can work with. The bank is not going to finance. I mean, that's pretty much where you are. You got to be really careful out there. So it is a deal killer. Bad lease equals deal killer. And you got to be really careful about this. Most doctors aren't. I mean, I can't believe it. They say, no problem. It's always the same, as I said before. The landlord and I have a very close relationship. What happens if the landlord dies? If the state takes over? Or his kids want to sell it? Do you think your relationship with the landlord has anything to do with this point? Forget it. So please be aware of this. A poor lease will kill your deal. You must always be thinking about 10 years, 10 years, 10 years. A renewable 10-year lease. That's what you can transfer. Can't transfer it, no buyer, and there's no bank financing. So be very careful with this. A lot of doctors are not, and it's something to start thinking about. Okay? And then to say the words, oh, it's not my problem. Yeah, it's your problem. Because it's going to sit in your lap. That practice, you're not going to be able to sell it because you don't have a good lease. So it is your problem. You got to stay on top of it. The same thing with you can't really, unfortunately, slow down. Banks, when they see declining revenues of gross, they become very aware. Buyer becomes very aware. So it's unfortunate. You got to keep the steam going forward. You've got to keep the lease going forward. All right? And then you don't want to walk away from a practice because that's worse. Because what happens then, you get nothing from the practice.
Ahead.
You get nothing from the practice. And those patients scatter. You get an unscrupulous dentist that says something about your level of dentistry, which is unfair. And now you have a closing even after you've shut the office. It's never easy. We're here to help you. We're here to advise you. Please give us a call. And it's complimentary to chat over the phone. All right? We look forward to talking to you soon. Thank you. Goodbye.